A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke, chapter 13, verses 1 to 9. The passage is taken from the Message version of the Bible. About that time, some people came up and told Jesus about the Galileans Pilate had killed while they were at worship, mixing their blood with blood of the sacrifices on the altar. Jesus responded, "Do you think those murdered Galileans were worse sinners than all other Galileans? Not at all. Unless you turn to God, you too will die. And those 18 in Jerusalem the other day, the ones crushed and killed when the tower of Siloam collapsed and fell on them, do you think they were worse citizens than all other Jerusalemites? Not at all. Unless you turn to God, you too will die." Then he told them a story. A man had an apple tree planted in his front yard. He came to it expecting to find apples, but there weren't any. He said to his gardener, "What's going on here? For 3 years now, I've come to this tree expecting apples, and not one apple have I found. Chop it down. Why waste good ground with it any longer?" The gardener said, "Let's give it another year. I'll dig around it and fertilise, and maybe it will produce next year. If it doesn't, then chop it down." The Gospel of the Lord.
Good morning. Welcome to Coffee with God, and I am Father Joseph Matthew. Today, on the 25th of October, we reflect on the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 13, verses 1 to 9. And the theme for today's Liturgy of the Word is a God of second chances. The Gospel today begins with two tragic stories: the Galileans killed by Pilate and the 18 crushed when the tower of Siloam fell. People wanted to know, were these victims punished by God for their sins? Jesus answers firmly, no. Their deaths were not punishments. But he uses the moment to remind his listeners of something deeper. Tragedy should not lead us to judge others, but to look within, to repent, and to turn back to God while there is still time. Then Jesus tells the parable of the barren fig tree. For 3 years, it bore no fruit. By all logic, it should be cut down. But the gardener pleads with the master, "Leave it for 1 more year. I will dig around and fertilize it. Perhaps it will bear fruit." This is the heart of God. He does not condemn. He is patient, merciful, and always offering us another chance. But his patience is not to be taken for granted. Time is not infinite. The tree must eventually bear fruit. This gospel invites us to reflect on 3 things. First, suffering is not always a punishment from God. Great saints in history were those who suffered the most, not because God condemned them, but because their sufferings became a path to deeper union with God. Second, our lives are entrusted with opportunities. Like the fig tree planted in a vineyard, we are favored. We have received faith, freedom, education, and love. And then God asks us, what fruit are you bearing for others? And the third, we live in the gospel of the second chances. Each day is another year given to the fig tree of our soul. Another grace-filled opportunity to grow, to reconcile, to serve, and to love. But Jesus also warns us, there will not always be another tomorrow. To delay conversion is to risk wasting the gift of time and the gift of life. Today is the time to bear fruit. Today is the day to pluck a weed and plant a flower, to forgive, to serve, to pray, and to love. Let us not waste God's patience